Hammer of the year for me, without a doubt, goes to our amazing Super Fabianski.
The man has literally saved us from more blushes than I would care to admit on more than one occasion.
He has made some amazing saves and he's just always put in such a great, strong performance. Signing of the season, Fabianski. Without him, I don't know what other goalie we would have gotten. Signing him for how much we got him for and for what he's done for us is a fucking get in there bargain, and I'm excited to have him again next season. He's just been absolutely fantastic.
It was a closest call. I think Balbuena deserves loads of plaudits, as does Anderson, even though he was a little bit absent on occasions, but for me, it definitely has to be Fabianski as well for the signing of the season.
I would give him a good old hug and pick him up on my shoulders and chuck him around chanting Super Fabianski, but it'd probably break my back as I'm not that strong. He's done good, right?
Well, a lot of fans have actually said early on that this was a transition season. We've spent a load of money for sure, but it always takes time for these players to bed in and really, get to grips with the Premier League and how we play.
Obviously, we've had some games this season where we've done so well and we've done so good under his ropes and in his training, and then there's some games where we've literally just come out like dog shit.
The first 4 games of the season, obviously, we'll forget those because they were just not great at all.
You kind of question, you can't be doing that next season, so what are you going to do over the summer that's going to make us on the ball consistently, giving out good performances and not tormenting us?
But I think the second half of the season's been good.
I am happy we have Pellegrini. I think he's done fantastic and he's going to be good for us.
I mean, our home record is great, which we couldn't really say much of in the previous 2 seasons at the London Stadium. All in all, it's been okay, but I'd be really interested to see what we do next season. Favourite moment of the season had to be when Declan Rice scored his goal against Arsenal. Super happy for him. Got a bit emotional about it. Super happy for him. But the other favourite moment definitely was when we beat Spurs at their place. Definitely. That's always a happy moment. And they can live in the memory of us being the first team to beat them at their place. So I'll take that every day of the week.
I have 2 for 2 certain reasons. So one was our home game against United. I remember when I went to the game, I was shitting myself. I thought, have I really just gone here to watch us lose? I know at the time United were in really bad form, but I just thought to myself, no, they're just going to absolutely pepper us. And I'm telling you now, when the first goal went in, I have never seen such a beautiful moment. I think I nearly cried. And just throughout the whole game, I was like, I was in another fucking world. I was just so overwhelmed and so happy, just like, oh my fucking God, we're winning, we're playing so well, they're fucking trash. And then it was just that whole atmosphere, because I remember I recorded players coming out and just the whole atmosphere of the stadium was just immense, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then the second one was a game against Burnley, and the only reason why was because the amount of shit and beef that happened in the game, it was fucking hilarious. Because I remember I was sitting right next to the away fans, and I had 2 drunk people sitting in front of me and a group of banterful people behind me, and the amount of shit we were giving the Burnley fans and the shit the Burnley fans were giving us back made the game so much more it drew me in so much more, because they'd be giving me shit. Then when we were ahead and we were winning, we were giving them shit, and it was just a constant battle. And I just remember how much banter it was. In the end, I think we were giving someone shit over a hat they were wearing. I got told I had chlamydia or something. Honestly, it was just so fucking funny. I have a video of the people in front of me saying that someone in the Burnley fans looked like a Happy Meal, and then we conceded, and it was just so funny. And I think for me, that's why it's another one of my moments of the season, because it was just a game where it was holy fucking hell. I was leaving the building shaking the stewards' hands because they were coming over to us telling us to pipe down, but then in the end they were like, yeah, because obviously we won. And it was such a good game, and everyone around me was just more amusing, more satisfying because of the fans, the Burnley fans, and I think it makes up as well because of what happened last season against Burnley, and then this season we just shut on them at home, and just it sounds really cheesy, but I can't help it. I loved it.
The disappointment of the season, absolutely for me, is the Wimbledon game.
Fucking performance against AFC Wimbledon. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if we were complacent, thought we were better than Wimbledon, but the side that was fielded that night was, in theory, should have been good enough, but it wasn't. It was just really, really poor. The whole performance was poor.
It's common knowledge to go there and win, and we just played like we did not know how to play football, and I just remember the anger I had.
And that was definitely a massive disappointment considering the run that we would have had, and as we've established, it was absolutely there for the taking. Let's be honest, just having the chance to play Millwall would have been worth it.
And I think I tweeted something like, watch AFC Wimbledon get Millwall, and they got Millwall, and it was just like, it's just a classic moment, isn't it? We play like trash, we're out, what a shock. We play awful, so I'm fuming that we were out, fuming that we played like shit, and then quite ironically they go and get Millwall, which would have been a very how I don't really know how to explain it, a very fucking dangerous game to have against them. But it was just like, check one, check two, and then just a final strike. How about fucking them apples?
Hopefully a lesson learnt, and with the 40th anniversary next season, I really hope that Pellegrini really goes for it.
Another disappointing moment was our performance against Huddersfield. I know we won, but the fact that we played how we played against them was like, really? We've had some performances where we've been bad, like AFC Wimbledon was one, but then for me, Huddersfield was the other. You know, when you sit there and you're just watching the game in the stadium and watching how they played, and you're just sitting there and you're thinking, am I seeing this right? Like, am I okay? Like, is this happening? Am I in a dream? And then in the end, you're literally sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? I think I watched a video of a giraffe giving birth at some point during the game because I was so over our performance, which is really bad.
Season rating 6, I think, is a polite way, a good one. I think realistically, the FA Cup, Carling Cup, we know we didn't bother with that as much as we wanted. We completely bottled the chance to go 7th on more than one occasion, which is disappointing, but we finished strongly, and our home rating was good. We scored loads of goals and had loads of points at home, which is good. I'm interested to see what the manager does in the window and what players he brings in, and we will see what happens for the next season. So in the meantime, down to get bored and looking forward to the new season already, so come on you guys.
If I was to give the season a rating out of 10, it would be a 7. We've had some very good moments and some very bad moments, but we definitely brought it up at the end of the season, and I'm kind of optimistic as to what's going to happen over the summer, and you know, our signings and who's going to go and what the team's going to be like. So I'm excited, but I'm nervous at the same time, because I just remember I was telling myself all these promising things about what we were going to do this season, and then we just bottled 7th, and then we were just going through a phase and we were shit and then we were good. So I give it a 7, and I'm going to call it now, and we're going to come 6th come next season. I feel like this is what's going to happen, so I'm going to call it now. If I'm wrong, fucking hell, who the hell cares? But if I'm right, you've seen me call it now, and I'll never live it down for as long as I live, but we'll have to see what happens. But that's it. Roll on. The new season.